Hi everyone, welcome to Readings with Sam. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on all the new videos, energies, topics, and all the amazing things we're going to be talking about on this channel. Whenever you needed to hear this is when you needed to hear it most. So even though these are daily energy readings, if you watch it tomorrow, a week from now, a year from now, you are meant to hear it when you're meant to hear it. These are also collective readings, so I do like to cover a broad amount of interpretations. So there may be some videos where every single thing I say is like, oh my god, that's exactly what's going on in my life, and some videos where you're kind of like, I don't even know why I clicked on this, and then there's finally that thing, and it's like, oh, that's what it is, okay. So always use your own discernment and intuition for which messages are for your highest alignment, because all these readings are really just to help you reach that higher level of self that we're all striving to grow into. So today is Friday, July 15th, 2022. It was just a full moon on Wednesday. So if you still haven't done your full moon ritual, you can still do it and really prepare for the next 2 weeks, which is the waning moon cycle. So this is when the moon is getting smaller in the sky. So it's a great time to adjust, readjust, actually take action on releasing the things that we wanted to release during the full moon, wrap things up, complete things, all of that great kind of completion energy so we can start new again for the next new moon. Today, the Isis Oracle wanted to speak to us by Alana Fairchild. Now, I love Alana Fairchild and I love Isis so much. So if you are also a daughter or son of Isis, if Isis has been coming to you or calling to you, or you've just kind of been hearing her name, the Magdalene Manuscript, if that resonates with anyone out there. I feel like I should just throw that out there. Yeah, this message is in particular for you, but really Isis is like one of the oldest, divine mothers. So this is for everybody, but it'll hit especially for everyone who's already kind of tapped into her energy. And also funny, I have my Isis crystal on my table today. I love it. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's dive into the energies of today. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to say with these cards is, number one, I'm going to assume that everyone that's watching this has already been working with the divine feminine energies or yin energy or goddess energy. In particular, if you do have the Isis Oracle, because I know it's a popular deck and highly recommend, definitely read what Alana Fairchild's interpretation is, because I just think she's amazing. So yes, but okay, let's go in the energy. So basically the overall energy of the day is Knot of Isis, Energetic Stabilization with the Buckle of the Beloved. This is a very, 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 very strong energy when it comes to divine feminine energies. And also the advice card and kind of just so you know card, I would say, is Goddess of 10,000 Names, Isis, Endless Emanations of the Priestess. So really, really in short, everyone who's watching this video right now is going through a intense metamorphosis in the form of like a caterpillar to a butterfly. And you are transforming in the way of releasing and allowing an old identity to fade and shed and die, in short. And you probably already are on the way out of that. And basically now it's kind of like a, hey, just so you know, this is what's going on. If you've been feeling just very chaotic, emotionally, energetically, physically, just like life, it's because you're going through the metamorphosis. It's because there is a dying process happening, and it is messy and it is chaotic. But just know that after this, there is a new self. And now is a really good time to start dreaming up that new self and living as that new self and allowing habits to form as that new self and really allowing that new self to be born and stepping into that and owning that. So primarily, there's a lot of integration of high vibrational energy. So in particular, if you're very connected to star nations, Sirius in particular, just because Isis, star seeds, indigo children, rainbow children, crystal children. It's also integrating a lot of high vibrational energy. If you are someone who does work a lot with spirit, just be very aware that the energy right now, and I can say this for myself too, the energy right now is really, really, really strong. So really take time to do extra grounding, do extra establishing boundaries, do extra time closing chakras, opening chakras, especially if you're a reader, right? Or do anything, healing work, anything like that, energy work. Really remember to take care of yourself. Remember that even though these things are intangible, and even if you have reached a high level of spiritual practice, there's more coming in, you know. so take it seriously. You know that it's time to up the level. It's time that just know that the dial is starting to turn up, you know, a little bit. And it is to push you and to birth you into this new version of self. Okay? And again, this version of self is going to be very intuitive. I feel like this is one of those things, or this is one of those readings where whoever's watching this, you already know, you already know what's dying and you already know what's coming, and you're kind of just in this place of like, oh my God, everything's coming up and everything's terrible. And this is kind of like a reading to just be like, again, hey, just so you know, this is what's happening. It's the work of the divine feminine. You probably know how this already goes. It's super chaotic. It doesn't make any sense. And you kind of just have to let yourself be in the void. And it sucks. And you have to deal with all your trauma and all your shadows. And it sucks. But it's totally worth it in the end. And it's kind of like, just know you're going through initiation. Know that you're going through a birthing process. Birthing processes are not easy. They're challenging. Also know this may be a major shift in the sense of maybe something that you have been hiding from for a really long time, or an issue that's been an issue for a while that's ready to shift. Like, this isn't some sort of like small little like, okay, like I'm changing from, you know, working at this company to this company that does the same thing. Like, this is literally like I'm going from working this career path to like this whole other opposite career path, right? This is big changes. This is changing perception of self. This is subconscious shifts. This is consciousness shifts, okay? So this goes both on a practical earthly level and a spiritual level too, because it's going to be both, and it's going to start internal first. You're going to go through all the metaphysis first. And that's kind of the whole thing, is the knot of Isis is the cocoon. And it's kind of also just know that the divine feminine energies, especially if you work with one particular goddess or goddesses or one particular pantheon or anything like that, they really have your back. Your ancestors too, nature spirits, all that good stuff. You are protected and you are cocooned right now to allow for this shedding, to allow for this chaotic moment, and trust that you are far enough on the path, the spiritual path, that your choices of free will match your soul's destiny, if that makes sense. Basically, trust that this is not your ego. Trust that all of the chaos going on right now is the divine feminine working in your life. Very also Kali energy. Also too, it's a few days after the full moon. This is the actual unraveling, right, of everything. Like, the full moon is when everything's illuminated. Now it's like, okay, now I gotta actually deal with all this stuff. And just again, know that this is for your highest benefit. This is for your next evolution of self. If you're familiar with Buddhism, for example, imagine that you are basically going through the current dying process, and you're currently in the bardo between your old life and your new life, and you're slowly entering into the new life, and the old life is slowly fading away. And make sure not to be grasping at the old life, because the old life is already dead and gone, does not serve you anymore. It just won't, not in the way that you would want it to. And the new life is already pulling you there. So yeah, step into that. And I think I already said that, but that's just a really strong way to look at it. And don't resist it either. This is a really just important time to do a spiritual work, inner work. Again, if you're someone who already does spirit work, you know, basically like ramp it up. Like, this is the time. And also a time to just really take it more seriously in the sense of like protective measures, boundaries, things like that, because just the energy is very strong. And you're also in a chaotic stabilizing phase. But this is just a really great time for spiritual work. And if you are someone that does not regularly do spirit work, this is a really great time for, you know, journaling, inner work, you know, watching things like this, looking into practices that may be suited for you. So, for example, you know, say that you really like to listen to tarot readings, but you're not necessarily into reading. Maybe you would be into meditation. And even if you've been like, oh, meditation's not for me, try different types of meditation: walking meditation, dance meditation, painting meditation. There's really anything that you can do. Maybe you do want to do art therapy, or maybe do anything that connects you with God, the universe, spirit, your own spirit, anything, however that means for you. And again, if you are, I'm just feeling like the people watching this are like pretty far deep into the spirit stuff already. So I feel like I don't gotta like tell you twice. I also feel like if you've been getting messages from your spirits that you got to ramp it up, this is another message from your spirits to telling you got to ramp it up. I don't know what's going on with the energies right now, but they're just like, if anyone knows, if any of you that are watching that are really deep into astrology and divine feminine, if you know, please tell me, because I don't know, I just know from the cards. This is all good. It's just know that if you're going through it, if you're going through it, or if you've just been feeling different, or even if you've gotten like this immense amount of clarity and you're like, whoa, what was that? Like, just know that you're going through a dying process and a birthing process, and soon, if not already, you are living into the life, the next evolution of self that you will be moving from for however long your soul feels like it needs to. So yeah, I hope this message helps. Yeah, work with Isis today. Work with fire today in some form. Try something new. Work on something, or take a hobby more seriously. Lots of dying. Also, dream up. If you kind of don't know who this new version of self is, imagine who they are, imagine what your dream self would be, and then think about the little actions that they would do. Like, how do they wake up in the morning? What's their morning routine? What's future you's night routine? What does future you eat for lunch? You know, what you know, just practical little things like that may help with the birthing process. And also just trust yourself, trust God, trust spirit. Go deep into spirit work. And if you are watching this and you're like, what? I already thought I was deep into it. You can go deeper. And daughters and sons of Isis, this message is in particularly for you. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I hope you all have a beautiful Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.